G'day, welcome back to a new series called Things Your Dad Should Have Taught You. Today's episode, how to change a tyre. All right, first thing we need to do, every car's a little bit different, so you need to get the book. It's normally in your glove box. So look in your glove box, look up where to find it, under the section, how to change a tyre. In this particular car, first thing we need to do is get the jack out. The jack is behind the seat. Right, this four-wheel drive has a bottle jack and it's actually bolted in. So we'll have to undo this little wing nut. Now the jack just comes out and we need this bar and the wheel brace. All right, in a four-wheel drive like this, the spare tyre is under there, just above Clio. The letdown is through this little hole and it tells you to spin it anti-clockwise to let it down. Then we put the handle in and we twist anti-clockwise to let the tyre down. Just keep going until the tyre reaches the ground. All right, this is a bottle jack, pretty much standard with this sort of car. You'll notice it's got a groove in here and a knob to twist here. This is what stops it coming back down, or how you let the jack back down. This handle that we let the tyre down with goes in there and goes up and down to jack the tyre up. All right, and when you're finished, you use the same thing to open that to let it come back down. On the rear of this car, we're actually going to put it on the axle, which is rounded. So we have to make sure this groove lines up with the axle. Now we'll put it underneath. All right, we just simply slide the jack underneath and start jacking it up. All right, now once you've got the jack started, we then need to break the wheel nuts. All right, before we get the wheel completely off the ground, we need to break these wheel nuts. And you'll find they're quite heavy sometimes. All right, now we'll jack the car up, making sure that the wheel is only just off the ground for safety. And then we take each one of these nuts off. Now, of course, this being the flat tyre, for safety reason, we should slide it under the car before we put the next one on, because we're going to jiggle the car around a bit. But obviously we're not changing the tyre today. So we would get our spare and put it back on. Just like that. Rightio. Now, when we put these tyres in, you'll notice there's a bevel on the back of this nut. That's to align it so you don't have any wobbles when the tyre's done up. So we have to make sure there's a special sequence for doing these tyres up. And that sequence is opposites. We start with this one, get him tightish, then we do up the one directly opposite him. the next one. Righto. And then we do up the one opposite. We do the third. Oh, and then we do opposite. All right, one last tweak. We'll make sure they're all tight, unlike that one. Okay, now I'll let the jack down. Puppy dog, what are you doing under there? Okay. And now that the tire's on the ground, we can give this one last That's how you change a tire. That's what your dad should have showed you. Thanks for watching.